guest speaker of Marcia Chen. She is a graduate in geography from Loreto College under the University of Calcutta and is a postgraduate from Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics and is an alumni of the batch 2014 to 16. With a strong background in international business, pre-sales, business development, and digital marketing, she has been a key player at Dronacharya Aerial Innovations Limited. Her expertise in digital marketing, tender management, and corporative communication has been endorsed by peers. She excels in cross-functioning team leadership, ensuring a cohesive strategies across departments. Additionally, her hands-on expertise in droning piloting and content development, along with the knack for social media marketing, has garnered recognitions. With a track record of success in diverse roles, she brings a comprehensive skill set and a strategic mindset to drive business growth. During her tenure at Dronacharya Aerial Innovations Limited, she has played a pivotal role as head of international business, overseeing strategic initiatives and driving growth in diverse markets. Prior to this, as senior manager in business development and digital marketing, she has honed her skills in pre-sales and tender management, gaining valuable experience in client communication, marketing, and social media management. Her journey in the drone industry has been dynamite and witnessing its exponential growth and potential, particularly in India. She has leveraged his experience to contribute significantly to the industry's development and is committed to furthering its advancement. Additionally, her background includes roles as a GIS analyst at Red Bay UAV services and webinars, where she has worked on UAV projects, data processing, and client solutions in various industries. These experiences have not only enriched her professional growth, but also instilled in her deep understanding of the GIS and drone sectors. Without further ado, let us invite Ms. Marcia Chen, our guest lecturer, to take the center stage and enlighten us with her knowledge and expertise so that we can have the horizon of our knowledge and broaden in drone technology and explore the various facets associated with it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dhrija. Thank you for such a elaborative introduction. I welcome all of you, and Swadika from Thailand. I welcome all of you students to this short webinar that I was very fortunate to be invited by Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics, which is my alma mater as well. To start this webinar, I would first like to see all of you. Can you all switch on your videos? I would like to just look at all of the people who have joined. Is it possible? Okay, anyway, I think today being Saturday, everyone must be home. I'm sure all of you are not.
No, ma'am. Actually, given the access, you are all students for the video.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, IT person from the same IC.
Yes, sir, I remember you said, Jay, sir. I remember you were there during our batch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, okay. Anyway, we will have. You can switch on your videos whenever you guys are ready. Let's begin this session. As you all know, the topic of the session is exploring career opportunities in the emerging drone industry, right? So I will start by giving you a brief background about myself, although Adrija has already given you a background about what I have done in the past in terms of my career. But other than that, I would like to give you a little more insight about what I have done so far. So my name is Marcia, and I was a part of Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics back in 2014. And before that, I did my BSc in geography. So with that background, I came to geoinformatics because I really liked geography, and I wanted to do something in tech rather than getting into, into academics, getting into the teaching profession. So that's how I got into this. And I had a very good opportunity of entering the drone industry when it was at a very initial stage, back in 2015, because I did my summer internship in my start of second year with Precision Hawk. That was one of a US company back then. So this was my journey, how it started. In this session, actually, I want this session to be as interactive as possible. So while I'm speaking, if you have any questions that comes in your mind, you can interrupt me and ask me questions, because I don't want it to be a one-way communication. I have a presentation ready, but I don't want this session to be just about the presentation. So along with the presentation, I will keep giving you insights about my journey so far, what you can do in the industry. And if you have any questions, of course, I'm free to, I'll be free to answer. One second. So this is a very quick presentation that I made. And I'm sure in Symbiosis, all of you guys have been groomed to make your own presentations and pitch for it, right, in front of a large audience. That is one of the things that sets Symbiosis students apart from others. So not delaying any further, I'll move on. So in this presentation, I'll quickly address these issues. First of all, current scenarios, what the government has been doing, where is the industry at in India as well as globally. Then how are drones being used in various industries today, because that I need not elaborate much, because I'm sure all of you are aware about it. Then how do you bridge the gap between an industry and yourself? That would be by upskilling, right? Upskilling and always upgrading your core talent. And we'll end it with Q&As. So this is an overall picture about where drone industry is at in India. So back in 10 years back, drones were treated as just a hobby, hobby platform. It was just a toy for everyone, right? But today, if you see, drones are being used extensively in agriculture and construction, even in mining. And how has this been possible in India today is because the government has played a pivotal role in encouraging this platform, not just as a toy, but as a serving equipment, to help you gain higher accuracy data. I'm sure all of you have worked with satellite data, and you know of course, it has quite a few benefits, but it also has a few drawbacks, right? So that is where drones come in the picture. Your satellites can give you a macro perspective, help you solve issues at a macro level. Drones come in the picture when it comes in micro level. So keeping all of that in mind and its various advantages, such as drones can be used anywhere, anytime with multiple payloads. So seeing its advantages, even the Indian government has come up with several schemes like, encouraging farmers to buy drones, spraying drones, agricultural spraying drones, encouraging women to become drone pilots, making drone pilot training mandatory, DGCA certification mandatory, giving certain PLI schemes for farmers to buy drones, some subsidies to companies to manufacture drones in India. So all of this, Indian government has been very supportive and played a very big role. Narendra Modi, for that matter, has played a very big role. He as well as the civil aviation, the Minister of Civil Aviation, Jyotiraditya Scindia, they are actually foreseeing India to become the global drone hub by 2030. So, which is a very big thing, because 10 years back, drones were not even there in the picture as an economy, right? And now we are looking at it as a force to drive our economy. So that by 2030, which is just what, 6 years down the line, so that means there is a huge demand for skilled people like you, me, even people from the technical background, like aeronautical engineers and civil engineers further, as well as several supporting industries like manufacturers, distributors, sellers. A lot of things come in the picture. Globally now, as you know, right now I'm positioned in Thailand. So in studying the Southeast Asian market, what I have gathered is that the Southeast Asian market is approximately 5 years behind of the Indian market right now. It is just taking off. A lot of regulations and rules still have to be laid out by the civil aviation authorities here. So this market for emerging companies or emerging startups is a very good market to start with. But then, of course, you know, with a new market comes new challenges because there are no rules and regulations. Although you will have a first mover advantage, but since there are no rules, you may have certain hindrances in taking permissions. Now, coming to so all of these rules and regulations, see it in India or in any other country, have actually helped several different industries to adopt drones as one of their key tools. Some of which being the mining industry. Mining was the first industry to adopt drones, by the way. So the Indian Bureau of Mines made it mandatory back in 2000, I think it was 2010, that drones have to be used for mapping and keeping periodic check of the mines. Then there are renewables like solar panels and windmills. And drones can also be used for situational awareness after a disaster strikes. This can be very helpful for insurance. But then, guys, I do not want to give you, knowledge that you can find in Google very easily. All of these things that I'm showing you on my screen are things that you can easily Google and you will get it within minutes, right? I do not need to tell you how drones can, change the agricultural sector, how drones can help in automation, how drones can help in oil and gas. What I am here for is to tell you that how you can make a career in this industry, right? One second. So the major thing that is common between you and me is that we are a product of symbiosis, right? Okay, there's someone whose mic is on. Can you please mute? Okay, thank you. So I was saying the common link between you and me is that we are a product of symbiosis, right? Which is one of the leading brands, educational brands in India today, and even globally in certain countries. How is that going to help you? Is that you, or as soon as, like, when you are when you are studying with symbiosis, and once you pass out of symbiosis, you have that brand value with you. You are a product of a university that certifies certain level of quality. And if you see, I have interviewed quite a few people for different roles like business development executives, for designing, for content. And from my personal experience, I will tell you that symbiosis students are much better at communication, are much more presentable in corporate world. So in that way, you are packaged well. But where is the gap when it comes to you coming in the job scenario in any industry? The gap where I feel is that quite a few times you may have unrealistic expectations when you enter an industry, you may want a certain package, right? You may want to start with a very high package. You may expect something from them. But my personal advice to you would be that to start now, since it's the start of your career, right? So I feel you should not look at the package. What should be your what should be the key thing that should make you want to join a company, is that what is the vision of that company? What is that company trying to solve? And what are the key values of that company? How do they operate? What do they find important in a candidate? What is their way of working? Which technologies are they looking into? So that should be something that should drive you as a person who's just starting their career. Package can be secondary, because you know what, you can start as low as say 15-20,000, but uh, with time, with the experience, you will be able to increase your package. You will be able to get multiple promotions. But what will set you apart from other candidates is your attitude of working. And you need to be, another very important thing for you guys is that you need to be as adaptable to the situation as possible. This is another thing, another insight that I'm giving you. Quite a few students that I have interviewed from Symbiosis, from MSc as well as MTech, they from the beginning, they have this they have made up their mind that they want to be only in business, or they only want to be in GIS analysis as a GIS intern or a GIS analytics intern, right? But my 2 cents to you is that once you start, be as open to the roles that are given to you, because you may want to be a GIS analyst, or you may want to be a business development executive. But when you get into those shoes, when you actually start working on projects, when you're given multiple roles, then you get to know what you are good at. And then you can, after you test out the different waters, say you worked with GIS team, you worked with the content team, you worked with the business team, once you see where your core competency is, then you should select, probably, after some time, say 6 months to 12 months down the line. So in the beginning, if a company is giving you a role that you did not, expect, or you do not want, I feel you should still be a little adventurous and take it. Because first of all, because now is the time for you. All of you guys are young. You have time to explore. You have time to, test the waters and try out different things. Be as open to different kind of suggestions from the management, from your managers, and try out different things and never say no, I feel. This is one thing that I have learned, is that the moment you say no, you are closing several doors which you don't even know exist, right? Okay, who is that? Okay, so I was saying that try not to say no to anything. Of course, there are certain boundaries that you may not want your employers to cross. But then not saying no in the sense when it's related to work. Certain roles, like I was explaining to you, something which is out of your scope of work. You never know, you may be good at writing content, you may be good at digital marketing, or you may be good at business development, and that is not your role. So don't let opportunities go. That is one thing. You should be open to as many challenges as possible, because now is the time for you when you get into any company. So I'll share my own experience with you. Like I said, that I was an MSc student in Symbiosis back in 2014. And how I started my professional journey was that All of you know about the geospatial media conference, right? Which happens in either Hyderabad or Delhi. So I actually went to one of these in 2015 in my second year. And I actually presented a paper there. And I was actually very eager to to intern in any company for my summer internship. And during the conference, I came across this company called Precision Hawk, which I mentioned earlier. This was a drone company from US, and they were exhibiting there. So I spoke to them. I told them about my what all I have done, my field of studies, my areas of interest, and that I'm open to interning with them for 2 months. Summer internship is usually 2 months. So they were quite. They were open to it, because usually companies do not take interns for such a short span of time, right? But then they were like, they were open to it, they were perceptive to it. And I sent them my resume, and I got a call, not immediately, I got a call after 3 months. And I started interning with them. Post that, after my second year MSc, after my completion of my course, I started out as a GIS analyst in TerraDrone India. TerraDrone India was a group company of TerraDrone Japan. And I'm not sure if all of you are following the drone industry. TerraDrone Japan is one of the leading, it was the top, number one drone company in 2018 till 2022. So I started my journey as a GIS analyst. And every person who starts their career, I was like, no, I want to be a part of the GIS processing team. I want to work only with data. I want to work with satellites, with drones, and so on. But moving forward, while I was in that company, of course, I was, a part of projects. Like, we had a lot of mining projects, drone-based mining projects. We used to make 3D models, classify point cloud, do change detection, crop health analytics, which you can see on my slide. We used to do all of this. But the thing is that during my journey, tenure of 1 year as a GIS analyst with TerraDrone, I discovered that I was much better at making content. Yeah, so I had this knack for making reports. I had this knack for making presentations. I used to like going out and meeting clients, making presentations and presenting ideas to them, getting into active discussion. So, and the good part was that, since TerraDrone was a startup, I was given that opportunity. In the companies that I have been a part of, I've been very fortunate that I've been given the flexibility to be a part of multiple roles, not just restrict myself to just GIS analysis and production team. So I started exploring. I started working with the marketing team and the content team. For a while, I was even designing, social media content, even writing PR articles. And that's when I realized that, I should be a part of the business team rather than a part of GIS. So here, guys, just get me that I'm just telling you about the idea. I'm not saying that don't be a part of GIS and get into business. I'm giving you the idea that maybe you will be a part of business, and you may think you want to be a part of GIS. So that flexibility in your mind should be there. You should be able to adapt, and you should give yourself time to explore and learn more about yourself, because as you get into the shoes of the role you are given, you start knowing more about yourself, where you are better at. Maybe you are better at creating content, or maybe you are better at processing data or doing analytics of the data. Okay, I think there's a question. I guess, Aniket, you're writing about You have a question about how drone is useful in automation and robotics. Okay. So, Aniket, drones are basically a platform, right? How we use it, it depends on which industry you're applying it to. So, I'm not sure if you're aware, there are drones which are completely autonomous. That means you do not need manual flying for the drone. So, through this technology, you do not need a drone pilot to maneuver the drone. You can simply design the path that it has to capture, and the drone will go fly the data, capture the data, and get it for you. And today, with advanced technologies and network, the data from the drone can also be sent via the cloud. It can be uploaded to the cloud. You sitting probably in India, you will be getting the data from, say, Dubai. So that sort of automation is there. And apart from that, as you can see on my screen, there is a concept called drone in a box, right? It's not a concept anymore. Quite a few companies, including us, we have this technology ready where the box will contain a drone, and you can actually keep that box in any situation, in any location, like say a mine or refinery, any inspection area, and you do not need to be there. You can just instruct the drone from your app, from a remote location, that you want a survey to be done every 10 a.m. or 8 a.m. every morning. The drone, and you will just have to set the path for it, preset the path. So the drone will fly, capture the data at that time, whenever you have set the time, capture the data, come back, and when it lands in this drone in a box, the drone will be charged. The box has the capability of swapping the battery. So the battery will be swapped. Drone will be fitted with a charged battery, and your data will be uploaded on the cloud, and you will get the data in a remote location wherever you are in the office. So that's one sort of automation that drones can enable. Another thing is swarm drones, right? Swarm drones, I'm sure all of you know, they can be very useful in defense, in also for entertainment, in light shows. So they are like pollution-free light shows, rather than using crackers and bursting crackers and adding to the noise and air pollution. Then there are tethered drones, underwater drones. I think you can just Google it, Aniket. I think this session is not about me explaining to you the technology. It's me telling you about the career opportunities. I guess you're missing the point here. So, are there any questions about anything related to the challenges you are facing for, starting your career in any industry? If you are interested in in entering the drone industry, do you think you are facing any challenge, or do you think there is certain hurdle you will be facing? Do you have any questions for me, guys? Okay, so no questions?
Hello, ma'am. There is a question from Ms. Titash Mondal of MSc Geoinformatics. With the increase in drone industry, there are certain problems, and one of them is drone hacking. So, how do experts in this field tackle such problems?
Okay, so that is a problem which already has a very robust solution. There's something called anti-drone, right? Anti-drone technology. And that technology can not only help you keep rogue drones away, but it can also help you keep your drone away from hacking, people hacking your drone. So that technology can actually not allow anyone to tamper with the frequencies at which your drone is operating at. So it literally blocks, I mean, it acts as a firewall between your drone's frequency and the hacker. So there are certain solutions that are already there in the market. So guys, in this session, what I want to tell you is that, see, drone being a very new industry for for students like you, right? You may want, I mean, you may have thought about, entering cybertech or Esri or Velisri, these conventional big giants, right? But what I want to tell you from personal experience is that when you enter an industry which is new, an industry which has not been in the market for more than 10, 15 years, the upside to that is that you are given more opportunities. You are able to explore more. And with that, you can actually get ahead of the competition faster. For example, if you see my example, right? I'm in my early 30s and I'm already the head of international sales. And I am heading Drone Entry, which is the Thai Southeast Asian entity of Dronacharya, right? Dronacharya, I don't know if you guys are following, but Dronacharya is India's first listed drone startup. And we got listed in 2022, December. So these kind of opportunities will be very, very rare to come by in large conglomerates like Esri, like Cybertech, like these big companies. I think you already get me there. I'm not saying that that you have to enter into drones. What my way of saying is that take up challenges, be a part of startups, be a part of new and upcoming industries. Need not just be drones; it could be something else as well. But the good part to that is that when the technology is new, when the industry is new, you have the first mover advantage. You have an early adopter advantage. So when you are there, you have a chance of making it big faster. So that's exactly what I want to tell you guys, is that the more challenges you take up, of course, with challenges comes the risk of failure also. But the chance of success, the rewards of success is much bigger in such challenges. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. So I think we can start the Q&A session. Adrija, how do we go about that? Like, will students write on the chat, or can they switch on their mic and speak?
Actually, ma'am, during the webinar, we have started collecting the questions. So,
Okay.
my teammate, Gayatri Gurumurthy, will conduct a session.
Okay. So I think you can start with the Q&As, right?
Yes.
You can read it out. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So we will start the question and answer session. The first question is from Mr. Masood Karim of MSc Informatics. How is the public's perception of drones being addressed, especially concerning privacy concerns and the acceptance of drones as a part of emergency response teams?
Okay. So see, like what I feel is that right now, the public perception of drones is that it's changed a lot over the 1 decade. It's no longer seen as a toy. Okay, it's seen as a professional platform. And of course, that problem, not problem, that concern of data privacy or is always there. But then what drone companies as well as professional drone pilots follow is that they follow the certain protocols. When they fly a drone, right, they ensure that they are not flying it in crowded areas, in residential areas without permission. So drones which fly in areas where there are a lot of people, usually they have taken permissions beforehand from the community, or they have intimated the authorities beforehand. And apart from this, I feel that the regulations in India have been set out very well. If you compare the current scenario in India and any other country, I mean, obviously not the US and Europe, I'm not talking about them, like the Southeast Asian countries and India, Indian rules are far well laid out. So, in case someone is not following those rules, flying in unregulated zones, in red zones, no-fly zones, or in areas where they do not have permission, very active measures can be taken by the legal authorities. They can actually be put behind bars and even be fined for such, for flouting such rules. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. The next question is from Mr. Sahil More, MSc Geoinformatics. What is the future of AI and ML in flying drones and collecting information for further processes?
Okay, so AI and ML is the buzzword actually. So, like I was saying before, right? Drone in itself is just a platform, and what technologies you couple with it makes it a unique solution, right? So, drones can actually be equipped with AI algorithms and machine learning, and several different kind of applications can be addressed. Like, for example, drones can have onboard data processing system on them, right? And drones while flying can give you real-time video which is already understood by everyone, but that real-time video coupled with face recognition, with vehicle counting and vehicle plate detection and vehicle plate number reading, those are the kind of applications which AI and ML can enable. And this could be very essential for law enforcement, like in border security, by the police, even by the armed forces. Uh, if you are following the current news, right, drones are being used very effectively in wars by Azerbaijan and Ukraine, Russia, right? So what we see, what I can tell you is that AI and ML is the future for drones. Yes.
Question is from Ms. Sukanya Chakravarti from MSc Geoinformatics. How can my background in geoinformatics be leveraged to contribute effectively to drone-related roles? And what specific areas within the industry offer the most growth opportunities for someone with a fresher skill set?
Okay, that's a very general question, actually. So, answering your first part of your question is that since you are a student of geoinformatics, I'm sure you're very well aware about the importance of photogrammetry and remote sensing, right? And how it can be coupled for data intelligence through drones. Like the drone is just a platform, but the data that it captures, what you do with it matters, right? That is where geoinformatics and the knowledge that you gain from your course material comes in the picture. Students like you and me, having GIS background, we are far more aware about the industrial applications and the real world applications of drones. Like, we do not have to start from scratch. When a person from, say, engineering background, or say from any other background, comes into the drone industry for the first time, they have to do certain background studies. They need to learn about how GPS is helping the drone, what is the role of IMU, what is the meaning of drone terrain following and all. But these basic concepts are already understood by us, right? So you are the geoinformatics students are actually a very good match for coming in the drone industry. And Gayatri, what was the second half of the question?
What specific areas are within the industry that offer the most growth for a person with a freshman skill set?
Okay, so this is like this answer cannot be answered by anyone because there is no one size fits all sort of solution for this, right? What Gayatri is good at. You may be good at data analytics, right? So you may excel in a GIS in a production team or the GIS team. But say what Adrija may be good at, she may be good at content writing or marketing. So she will excel in that, right? So I cannot tell you what is the industry where you will excel at. It's all personal. It depends on that person's skills and interest areas.
The next question is from Mr. Srinivas Jadhav of MTech Geoinformatics. What are some of the key trends that drives the growth in the drone industry at the current scenario?
Key trends. So you need to be more specific. What key trends in what sort of setting are you talking about? So, okay, fine. I'll take some assumptions. If you're talking about the Indian scenario, and you're talking about the key trends in the Indian scenario for drones, I think it's very simple and understandable that first, very important thing is whether your government is supporting the technology. So in India, you can already see the Ministry of Defense, the Civil Aviation Authority, even the various departments like agriculture, even the skill development department, they are all promoting drones in a very big way. That itself is a green flag. Other than that, if once you are in the industry, you will also see that on a daily basis there are more than 20 different kinds of tenders which are passed, which are related to drones. So adoption rate of drones is quite high, at least in India. Moving on to other countries, like it depends from country to country what is the situation. Like say if you talk about Thailand, I'd say here the growth of the drone industry is much slower as compared to India. But since it is slow, the scope of growth is more. If you are a company that starts here in Thailand, you will have a bigger scope of becoming one of the pioneering companies, right? Exactly where Terra Drone was 10 years back. So I hope I answered your question. Okay, are there any more questions, Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am. The next question is from Mr. Tuhin Pal. How can drones be used to optimize parking space utilization in urban areas?
Okay. So I feel that, see, parking space is first of all a fixed area, right? It is not something that keeps moving or changing with time. The areas are pretty well demarcated, and there's very less scope of change in the boundaries. So I feel that you do not exactly need drones for that. You can do very well do smart parking. Create a smart parking solution with what do you say? With pre-installed cameras, installed cameras, and certain sensors like motion sensors, motion detection sensors, and I feel you and computer. AI and ML. You do not need drones for it. So, like I said, drone is just a platform which helps you in imaging, and drones should be. They come in the picture only when you are in a scenario where the background is constantly changing, like say in terms of surveying of a mine area or a telecom tower, where the damages, that asset can undergo damages on a daily basis, right? So something or the other is changing. In terms of parking, it is quite static. You do not need a drone platform to take care of it.
Next question is from Mr. Shoham Dash of MSc Geoinformatics. What are some of the successful projects that you have worked on in your career in drone industry?
Okay, so there have been quite a few projects. So I myself have been a part of more than 500 different projects, either as a GIS analyst or in through business development. One of the projects that I was a part of was for this Water Resource Department of Maharashtra. It was one of the biggest drone projects that was carried out back in 2018 by my organization, Terra Drone India. And that was for mapping more than 4,000 square kilometers of area using only drones. And that was for this objective of that project was to know that there was a canal that was passing through more than 1,000 different villages in the scope of area, right? And the Water Resource Department wanted to assess where all the canal has been broken illegally and water has been routed to the farmers' fields or the nearby houses. So using drone imagery, we gave them these orthomosaics and cadastral maps, right? Cadastral map overlays, through which the Water Resource Department could actually chalk out the land parcels that were a part of this illegal activity. So this was one of the biggest projects that I was a part of. Other than that, I have been a part of several mining projects for Ultratech and Birla White Cement. So in that, drones were being used for 3D modeling and stockpile assessment. Because you know, right, in mines, there is constant excavation. And in such a dynamic situation, the authorities would like to have accurate assessment of how much of the the mineral has been excavated, how much has been dug out. So we gave them proper, accurate reports in terms of, say, the tonnage of that area. So these are some of the projects.
Ma'am, there has been another question from Srinivas Jadhav from MTech Batch. What are the current challenges faced in integrating the GIS data with drone generated data? Because maybe nowadays there might be any problems. So ma'am, can you just say that what are the challenges that you have faced?
In interrelating, you said. I didn't get you.
Ma'am?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't get that word. Interrelating. That's what you said?
Yes, ma'am. What are the problems that you have faced while working with the data drone and also with the GIS data? Like when coming together, might there
Okay. So, one second. So the thing is that the good part about this is that the drone data and the standard GIS data, right? The data types are exactly the same. Like you have data in shapefile, you have data in TIFF format, GeoTIFF format. So integrating data from, say, satellite data or total station with drone data is not difficult. Data types is not an issue because they all have same type of data. Data formats. But the issue lies is if you try to interrelate low resolution satellite data with high resolution drone data, right? That is where the interconnectivity of such data types comes in the picture. So that is one issue, but then that is also a minor issue where, the drone data can be downgraded, right? The quality of data can be downgraded rather than upgrading. So that issue can also be solved, right?
Ma'am, I'll ask to Gayatri to ask many more questions that have been sent to her. Gayatri, carry on.
Sure.
With the advancement of drones, Why do you think countries are still sending satellites to space when we can customize the drone sensors according to our needs?
Okay. Okay. So this is, I mean, I feel that this question, okay. So the thing is that, see, you do need satellite data. No one is saying that, that satellite data has become redundant, because what satellite data can do, drones cannot, and vice versa. Uh, a lot of countries need situational awareness, be it for defense, be it for macro level studies, right? In terms of, say, climate change, or even for defense. So the area that satellites can capture in a short period of time, that drones cannot do, right? So we cannot say that this technology is here to replace the conventional technology. What I'm trying to tell you is that drones are just, I mean, they are going to be an additional help to already existing technology. It will not replace anything. It's going to be an added tool. So countries will not stop sending satellites. In fact, they will start sending satellites with more high resolution camera. And I'm not sure if you're aware about the concept of CubeSat and NanoSat, right? These are miniaturized satellites, which are much smaller than the actual full-fledged satellite. And they are used for capturing data of smaller area, and for areas where you do not need to capture data of, data of the entire country. Maybe you need the data for only one state. So you actually release a CubeSat with only the certain sensors that you need. You need not have all the sensors that a full-fledged satellite has. And the upside to this is that CubeSats come at a fraction of the price of a full-fledged satellite. So do read about this. It's very interesting. It's something new that has come out in the geospatial industry. So I think you guys would be interested about it. Okay.
Mr. Shoham Dash would like to pose a question for you.
Good evening, ma'am. My question is related to the problems of precision agriculture and the combination of it with the drone technology. So, ma'am, as a student, we are not much aware of the combination of both these two. So, what are the things that we should be aware of for accelerating our career in precision agriculture associated with drone technology? So, how, if you can answer that, it will be great.
Okay. So the thing is that precision agriculture, one of the major tools is the high resolution sensors that drones can carry, right? The high resolution RGB data plus even the LiDAR data that drones can give. When it comes to precision agriculture, things like accurate crop counting, crop assessment, maybe damage of the leaves, say due to certain diseases, it can actually be captured using drone data, because the ground sampling distance, right, the GSD that drone data can give you could be as low as 1 centimeter per pixel and below. So you can understand how clear that data could be, and ground awareness will be much higher. So that's one thing. Second thing is that drones have the capability to carry multiple types of sensors, like 5-channel multispectral sensor, thermal sensor, and dual sensors also. So using these type of sensors, I'm sure you are aware about crop health indices, right? NDVI, triple
Yes,
CI,
ma'am.
crop water stress index. So these
Yes, ma'am.
sort of indices can be calculated. The upside to this is that since the drone-based sensors are high resolution, right? If you compare the data of a drone with a satellite-based NDVI, you will see that the data that you've got from the drone is at a micro level. You're getting much more ground awareness as compared to satellite. So if you are looking to make a career in precision agriculture and such technologies like drones and others, right? All you need to first of all, see, technology is there, but then you need to be very much aware about the industry and where it is going. What are the current trends? How drones are being used? Because see, crop health indices is not a new concept, right? It's being used for the last 5 years. What could be something new is like drones are being used for seed spraying. So not just dropping the seeds on the ground, because if they fall on the flat ground, the seeds can get damaged or be eaten by cattle, right? But drones now have been equipped with the seed bombing technique, where it actually allows the seed to penetrate the soil, so that it reduces the wastage of seeds. So that is one technology that has come up in the last few years. And I'm sure you're also aware about this agricultural spraying technique. Now,
Yes.
again, spraying technique is again very common, right? But in that also, there have been certain new technological advancements, like you can actually determine the droplet size of the sprayer. You can determine where exactly you want to spray, because say out of the 1 acre land, you may not want to spray the pesticide all over, right? You may want to spray it only in a certain patch. You can pre-program that survey, so that wastage of your pesticide is less. So in order to make career in any industry for that matter, you just need to be on top of what are the current shortfalls of that industry, where all you think is that our technology can help them solve real life issues. It should not be theoretical or thesis based. That's what it is.
Understood, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ma'am, this is the last question from our side. Mr.
Sure.
Anil Gatti of MTech Geoinformatics. What skills from agricultural engineering and geoinformatics are most valued in the in drone industry, particularly in roles related to agriculture and GIS?
So skills, see, the thing is that all of you are quite new, right? I mean, you do not have professional experience. So in terms of skills, I would say all of you have the same skill set, and the level may vary a bit here and there, but most of you have the same knowledge, same level of understanding, and same level of experience when it comes to such things. So when you enter an industry, in terms of experience, it is not, I mean, that is not expected of you. That's what I'm trying to tell you in this webinar, is that when you enter any industry as a fresher, they do not expect you to have experience in that industry. What is gauged when you enter a company is your expectation, your attitude of working, and your willingness to be a part of that, of their workforce. How adaptable are you? How much are you willing to experiment? That is these are the key factors which are assessed when it comes to freshers. Because if I ask you about some very core questions about drone based data analytics, I'm sure you will not be able to answer, right? So those are not going to be the questions on which a company assesses you. They actually assess you in, say, certain very small things like problem solving skills, your overall logic, your ability to adapt to different kinds of situations. How do you react in pressure situations? So these are the the work based skills in which they will be assessing you. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Yes.
So, ma'am, hereby we conclude the question and answer session. I would like to hand over to Ms. Ashmita Banerjee to deliver the vote of thanks.
Sure.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good evening to all present here. I am Ashmita Banerjee, and it is with great pleasure that I extend my gratitude on behalf of the Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics for the opportunity to deliver this vote of thanks to Ms. Marcia Chen, our esteemed guest speaker, for the webinar on exploring career opportunities in the emerging drone industry. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to Ms. Marcia Chen for her enlightening presentation and for generously sharing her expertise with us. Her insights into emerging trends in the drone industry have been truly invaluable, enriching our understanding and inspiring our future endeavors. I would also like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our esteemed Director, Dr. T.P. Singh, and Deputy Director, Vidya Patikar, for their unwavering support and encouragement in organizing this event. Additionally, I wish to acknowledge the diligent efforts of our placement officer, Bhakti ma'am, and the entire placement organizing team, as well as the technical and IT department for the meticulous planning and execution, ensuring a seamless and successful experience for all participants. To all the attendees of today's webinar, I extend my profound gratitude for your active participation, insightful questions, and invaluable contributions. Your engagement has not only fostered a dynamic and interactive atmosphere, but has also greatly enriched the learning experience for all involved. Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to Ms. Marcia Chen for her expertise and to all participants for making this webinar a resounding success. Your presence and involvement have made a significant impact, and we look forward to future engagements with all of you. In closing, let us carry forward the insights gained today and continue our journey of learning and collaboration. Thank you once again for your participation and support. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashmita. I would just like to conclude by telling everyone, thank you very much for attending. And I hope I was able to give you a different kind of perspective when it comes to thinking about your career, right? It's more about, the actual real life skills than the academic skills that you're thinking about. Even the questions that I got today, they were more based on the technology, more based on academic background. But what I'm trying to tell you is that in the real world, things that matter are completely different. What matters is your attitude, your expectation from the industry. And one major thing that you need to assess while entering any company is what is their style of working and what do they expect you to, how do they expect you to work with them? Is there growth for you? Like I said, in a startup, the speed at which you will grow and the level to which you could reach is much faster as compared to a conventional company. But then nevertheless, you could also be a part of a conventional company and succeed. No one is stopping you from that. It's just that different people would want different things from life, right? So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. And I would like to tell you that on the 23rd of March, I would be in Pune. I'm traveling back to Pune from Thailand on the 22nd. So 23rd to say the next 7 days, I will be in Pune. In case you guys would like to call me or would like to meet me or come by to Dronacharya office in Pune in Bavdhan. So you are most welcome to come. I would like to meet you guys if you are also interested, and we can have like a cup of coffee and you can ask me anything. I can take you around, show you the drones you want to see the team and the working culture. Okay, so
it was a wonderful session with you, ma'am. It's our pleasure to know more things about drone, and at least from you, ma'am. And ma'am, sure, according to our courses, we will actually talk to our department so that we could actually meet you, not in a virtual world. Actually, we will really want, and we will actually we will talk to our teachers and the professors about this, ma'am. And it was wonderful session with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Adreja. Thank you so much. I am sharing my email ID with you guys.
Yes,
in
ma'am.
case you have any individual queries or anything you would like to ask, you can send it to me on my email. Other than that, I'm reachable on LinkedIn as well. And yes, since I am the digital marketing head of my company, I would request you guys to go and follow our pages on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, both for Dronacharya and Drone Entry. We are very active on social media, so you'll get to know everything that we are doing on a daily basis.
I really hope that we will meet you soon, ma'am, in Pune.
Surely, definitely. Okay, this has been wonderful, and thank you guys. Thank you for for bearing with me for this 1 hour. Thank you so
No,
much.
ma'am. It's our pleasure actually to have a talk with you, to have a session with you actually. Thank you
Okay,
so much, ma'am.
sure. Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.